Hi and welcome to Style Thoughts by Rita. Today we're going to talk about some really deep topics, and I'm really offering a poetic contemplation of very deep themes, but I also believe that it can guide you into some really concrete actions. So before we start, I want to really ask you to take a moment and think about, does style really add positivity to your life right now? The style you have, the clothes you wear every day, what you have in your closet, is it actually giving you energy? Is it giving you confidence? Is it giving you joy? Is it giving you things? And if you're not there, what's the problem? What is it that's standing in your way? When I ask that question, you probably start thinking about technical things. For example, I haven't quite nailed down my color palette, so that's why I'm not happy. Or, Rita, I can never find like tops that look good on me. And don't get me wrong, these technical questions, the technical aspect is super necessary for style, and there's a lot to learn there, but it's not the whole story. There's also a really big personal aspect to it. This aspect is not about whether you're able to find the summer sandals that you need. It's about whether you see yourself as someone who's allowed to wear heeled sandals on a casual basis, or it's about how much time you allow yourself for shoe shopping, how many things you allow yourself to try. It's how you decide which summer sandals actually feel best for you, the ones you purchase. This is the side of style that's basically not about the execution as much as it is about the vision. It's about seeing yourself as the creative director of your visual identity, seeing yourself as the person who gets to make all the decisions. And this side of style, the decision-making, creative visionary side, is extremely emotional. It's colored by our beliefs about ourselves, about the things we've been told by others, layers and layers of social conditioning, and our fears and traumas and hopes and dreams. So it's heavy. And if you're watching this video and if you're here on my channel, it's because you know this. And I know that you understand that to find personal style, you really need something more than just nailing down some flattering silhouettes. And whether we like it or not, this personal, this creative side to style is quite emotional and challenging to work with, but it's also really necessary. And after working with hundreds of clients, I am so confident in saying that this personal, emotional, visionary side is severely underrated. And we must talk about this side of style more because it's an important and really efficient path to solving many style challenges, even the things we think are technical. So as you know, I approach style through the lens of my own style system, the Style Key. There are 4 keys, and each of them corresponds to their own way of viewing and using style. So if you missed the overview, I'm going to link some videos below explaining the different style key approaches, what I call the style logic. So each style key has their own logic, their own way of working with style, and with the emotional side of style. But we're all, regardless of the style key, working with the same issue, which is basically saying no to ourselves. It's the issue of shutting down our impulses, of ignoring our instincts, doubting ourselves, being too hard on ourselves, and not giving ourselves space to experiment. It's like big themes, right? But all of these themes, all of these habits block the discovery and enjoyment of your unique, authentic style. Because let's be real, there is no right answer. No matter what people try to tell you, there is no system of body types, no archetypes, no shapes, no trend guidelines that's going to tell you like the right way. They can give you really important information, so valuable understanding. But the end product, the style that you create, the outfits you actually choose to wear every day, always has to be yours, right? It has to be something you decide and create. And to best celebrate your unique beauty, to best create that personal style, we all need to become intimate with our own needs and with our own tastes. To do that, it's hard. It's difficult. It's not easy. And we have to go through a lot of experimentation. We have to make mistakes, and we have to remove limitations on ourselves. This work is really, really big. That's why I'm so obsessed with it, because actually discovering your personal style requires a tremendous amount of self-exploration. It requires a lot of personal growth. It's literally life-changing to go through that process, not to achieve it, but just even to commit to discovering that for yourself is really life-changing. So we're all on this path together here in the Style Thoughts by Rita world, and whatever style key you are using, we are all on this path together of saying yes to ourselves, to the whole process of finding the best way to enjoy and celebrate our beauty. But the different keys each have their own approach. So I've called these energetic medicines, but I also really like to call them healthy habits because I think that sounds sweeter. Basically, it's a concept, it's a perspective, it's a way of approaching style which is really effective for each quadrant. So it's a theme that you come back to over and over again. And in this video, I'm going to explain each of the themes for each quadrant, but you want to watch. You're definitely going to relate to things I say to another quadrant, especially just depending what's going on with you. Because as I said, we're all on the same path. So I want you to take it all in, and I want you to work with whatever feels empowering to you right now. So let's start with the energetic medicine for the Moonstone key. That's the right down quadrant. Your theme, this healthy habit, is exploration. If you remember, the Moonstone approach in my system is all about taking, kind of going out, gathering inspiration, influences, motivation from the outside world, and then adapting it to yourself, creating a style that supports you. Exploration as a theme gets you directly into this process. Exploration is defined as the action of exploring an unfamiliar area or as the thorough examination of a subject. So it's about novelty, variety, whether because you're trying something totally new, like a new dress shape, or you're going deeper into a familiar topic, like experimenting with 5 different ways to wear your favorite eyeshadow palette. So why is exploration so important for Moonstone? Because you have a tendency in the opposite direction, towards restriction. I really don't know why this happens, but it's just what I've observed over and over again. So I feel really confident this is like a key struggle for you. You tend to say no to yourself through the process of elimination. You're like, those colors definitely don't work. Okay, that aesthetic is definitely not for me. No prints, no patterns, no fuss, no this. This jewelry is way too much. And it's not just about the types of things you wear actually. This elimination is also the way you approach style. You're like, okay, no, I need a super minimal wardrobe. Like I can't have this. I need a cohesive aesthetic. I can't have pieces that don't fit it. It should only take me 5 minutes to get ready in the morning. It should, like always limiting. So why you do this? It's because you perceive some sort of stress or inefficiencies in the style, or you're just not happy, and then you respond by trying basically to eliminate the negativity. And I want to be nuanced here. Limitations are really helpful, right? It's not the problem. But the theme of your style struggle is that these limitations often go way too far. So in search of like the one solution, you just say no to more and more things. You take away more and more. And in the end, you just feel really constrained. That's the problem, right? If you took away and you're really happy, that's great. But for a lot of people, what happens is you're just constrained with a few possibilities. You've eliminated so much, but there's no like that feeling of satisfaction or like success, that peace of mind that you expected. It never arrives. That's the thing. You take away and take away and take away, but the joy never comes. So the issue is that all of the restriction promises to help you land on a solution, but it doesn't really take you there. So bringing exploration into your style journey helps you turn this process around. It helps you approach the style process through the lens of curiosity, of seeing the opportunities out there, not as a puzzle you need to solve, but rather something to be experienced, it's to remove pressure of finding answers and instead to come back to the process. This is so beautiful, so nourishing. It's kind of this like awakening where you're like, wait a second, why did I decide that jewelry isn't for me? Who says bracelets never work on my arms? Do I actually really feel that? Do I always feel bad when I'm wearing a bracelet? And I'm not talking here about like dumping everything you own, buying 100 new things, total anarchy. I just mean choosing a direction to explore, like, oh, I want to be more daring with color, or I'd like to feel more put together. These are big themes that you can stay with for a while. And you don't, again, it's not about buying stuff. Maybe you buy a colorful jacket and you observe how it changes all of the outfits you already have. Or maybe you're like, okay, I'm gonna experiment with easy hairstyles that look a bit more polished and you're like, oh, maybe just a simple twist with this clip feels dressy. Or today's the day for a 20-minute kind of princess hairstyle. So it's just about exploring some sort of specific topic, getting in touch with your needs on a daily basis, and learning to listen and use style to actually help you. So the nice thing with exploration, as with the other healing themes, is it gives you permission to feel good about the process. You don't need to be getting everything right. Your exploration does not need to be yielding results. You don't need to like rush to the answers. You could just ask yourself, am I experiencing something unfamiliar? Am I trying something new? And if the answer is yes, green light, you've already succeeded. You can already feel great about yourself. Now let's talk about the energetic medicine for the Ruby Key, the left down quadrant. Your theme is indulgence. Indulgence is such a loaded word, and I really love that for you. One of the definitions is similar to permission, which is the behavior or attitude of people who allow themselves to do what they want or allow other people to do what they want. That sounds really nice, like freedom. But indulgence also has a history of religious use, overtones. So another definition is like the act of doing something you enjoy, but it's thought of wrong or unhealthy. And I really like that because it captures so much about what you struggle with, that if you do something that you enjoy, you always gotta feel that guilt, shame, and that feeling that you're bad. Like, oh, I love this ruby dress that feels so good on my body, but ouch, it also makes me feel guilty because I know it doesn't flatter my body. Or like, oh, I just love wearing this strappy top that shows off my shoulders and arms and collarbones, but ouch, I feel guilty about looking sexy and the message that sends to people. Or like, oh, I love how these colors look together and these textures makes me feel so playful and so creative, but then ouch, when I look at my friends, the shame of like, oh, am I supposed to be dressed in elegant neutrals? You know what I'm talking about. These are all the different ways in which we make ourselves wrong and we make our taste wrong and our impulses wrong. So that's why for you, I recommend the habit of indulgence. Indulgence is kind of feeling that ouch, but then questioning it, like, wait a second, why is this so bad? Okay, I don't like the feeling of makeup on my face. Who said makeup is necessary to be professional? Like, okay, this perfume is so womanly and sensual. Who said that because I'm a mom, I'm only supposed to use light and breezy scent? Indulging yourself lets you confront all these messages in your mind and to interrogate them. And I don't want to put the pressure on you to dismantle every belief you've ever received at once. You know, we're gonna take you one step at a time. But remember that for the Ruby Key, style is all for you. It is all about how it makes you feel, how your clothes physically make you feel, emotionally make you feel, how you connect inwards to yourself. You're not here to serve others with your style. You're not here to please them, to impress them. That is primarily for you. You know, the rest is just a wonderful bonus that we love. And you taking the route of indulgence is what helps you grow. So let's say you've been scared of wearing like clashing colors, too loud. You have soft coloring, you're not like allowed to do that. But then you give yourself permission. You're like, ouch, this isn't flattering and I feel bad, but actually bright orange and green and red make me feel alive and glowing. Like, who cares if it's not 100% with my company? And then eventually, as you enjoy the colors, you're like, okay, you know, maybe I don't love these right near my face because then I feel like my face isn't as visible, but I love these colors and I want to bring them into my accessories or my shoe, into prints, you know? So this road into doing the wrong thing is actually what helps you find the truth of you and your style, and you find a way to incorporate the colors that feel really good for you in a way that genuinely feels good for you by letting yourself experiment instead of just instinctively avoiding the bad thing. That's the power of the indulgent. Okay, now we're going to talk about the Sapphire Key, whose theme is luxury. So first of all, luxury is often associated with cost, means a state of great comfort or elegance, especially involving great expense. But I mean it more like this other definition, which is a luxury is something that is pleasant to have or experience, but is not necessary. The struggle for Sapphire is often similar to Ruby. It's about withholding the things you really want from yourself. No. But the story is different for you. You're so likely to get drawn into the story about why you don't deserve the things you want, why you can't have them, how the things you want are impossible, unreasonable, give it up. You might have like a vision for the style you want, but you're like, okay, first I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna change jobs, I'm gonna move to a new place, the kids are gonna get older, the reasons, like the to-do list before you get to actually work with your dreams is forever. Working with the theme of luxury is a gentle nudge in the opposite direction. Rather than taking on the burden of like proving to yourself that you're worthy, or that you need these things you want, luxury says like, okay, but what if I don't need it? What if I just want it? What if I gave myself as much of what I want? And what if I let that process unfold? Working with luxury is the process of looking for ways to pamper yourself and to give to yourself something more than the minimum. And this is not about custom-made Gucci gowns, okay? It's so small as buying the satin pillowcase to keep your hair smooth, making sure you have that time in your busy week to do laundry so your favorite top is available. It's wearing the nice outfit on the day when you feel like you look frumpy, right? You don't need to deserve to look good. You're allowed to look good even if you're feeling bad. It's getting like your favorite body oil even though it's expensive. It's trying on 3 outfits in the morning instead of settling for the first choice because enough. It's taking like the 15 minutes to do your makeup even though that time like could have been used otherwise. It's finding a beautiful way to store your daily jewelry or your perfume even though like, oh, it can just stand there. It's packing 3 pairs of shoes for a weekend getaway instead of challenging yourself to like match your partner's little backpack. It's really about giving yourself permission, slowly allowing yourself something more, and getting used to treating yourself with kindness and generosity. This is a theme to come back to over and over and over again. What feels like it's off limits to you? What's impossible? What are you not good enough for? What's too much for you? How can you give yourself that thing? As long as there's some small way you can extend this generosity to yourself, you know that you're on the right track. Again, you're already succeeding just by taking the tiniest steps to feel so resistant. Finally, let's talk about the medicine theme for Amethyst for Left Up Quadrant, and that theme is excitement. Excitement refers to an emotional state marked by enthusiasm, eagerness, or anticipation and general arousal. It's like you think something's gonna happen, but you're not sure what. Or you know what's gonna happen, but you don't know how it's gonna go. This word always makes me smile because that's exactly the energy this key brings into the world. You have a really strong energetic impact on your environment, and there's always this element of tension, of anticipation, like the unexpected, like how's this gonna go? And because this is your gift to the world, it's fundamental that you learn how to give this gift to yourself and to savor it. You might feel dismissive of this idea because it sounds so emotional and not results oriented. But too often, like people using the Amethyst key get caught up in this desire to the results, to get the positive attention, or at least no attention, because like people are obsessed with what you wear. So you might style yourself in really neutral, soft outfits because you just want to avoid any notice or discussion of your outfits. Or you could be really dressy and performative, but always seeking to like cater to your audience, and you're like, yeah, they'll like this. And whether that's, wearing the colors your family likes or endlessly searching for like the most flattering shapes, this process is a process where you lose your authentic core in the search for the most successful look. And your style is not meant to be about creating the piece, about making sure you only get compliments. Sometimes, like, go for it. But overall, your style is meant to be about expressing something from within, about sharing something about yourself with the world. And who we are inside, all of us, it's just not always easy for people to receive or to accept, right? This isn't just an Amethyst thing in general. But it's not your job to make other people comfortable. And it's not your job to make sure everybody loves your outfit. Your role is to show up and authentically share yourself with the world. That's the thing style really means to you. And that process creates the feeling of excitement for you. So I want you to use that feeling as a guide. And this is true wherever you are in your journey. If you're just beginning to see the Amethyst key for yourself, you might feel stressed enough, like enough glamour, enough drama, etc. But all you need to do is enough to feel excitement and follow that thrill of the unfamiliar, then you think how it makes you feel. It could be the smallest thing. If you've never dared to wear colorful lipstick, if you've never dared to wear more than 2 pieces of jewelry, if you've never dared to like create a small color pop, this is already very successful, very exciting for you. You're not need to like become Rihanna overnight, impressing people with it. Just start following the thread and eventually it will lead you to exactly the right level for you. And likewise, if you've been on the style journey for a long time, the excitement theme is still there for you, because you might feel like your style is like good. And yet, it feels a bit stale often. Like you're like playing out a role. Maybe you're wearing clothes that were right before, but now they don't. So you can look through your outfits and ask like, okay, which ones bring out that excited sensation? What makes me feel that feeling? How can I recognize when it's present? And just doing this quick check-in can help you realize what's been shifting inside you. Like suddenly like, oh, you know what, these slip dresses are not exciting anymore. They were before, but I actually don't really like showing my body in that way right now. So wherever you are on the style journey, excitement really helps you know that you're on the right track, and you can always feel good about yourself when you're sensitive. So these are the energetic medicines for each style key, and I would love to hear about how you implement these in your real life. If you relate to multiple ones, I just would love to hear your experience. For many people also, I know that the whole concept of style, feeling a certain way, of thinking that you could be like aiming for like exploration or luxury or excitement, it's just really new. It's a really new concept because we're just used to thinking about style as like, find this flattering clothes, like kind of get this thing done, okay. But it doesn't need to be like that. It doesn't need to be so oriented on the flattering success. We each get to set our own intention with style. So if you want some more guidance in this like concept of claiming your own vision for style, I really recommend my video about style autonomy. It's gonna give you a lot to think about, so check it out. Okay, and I'll see you next time. Bye.